Autumn has finally arrived, and typically this is prime season for big northern pike fishing. But with the change in weather the past couple of years, the big question arises: will the weather kick us in the nuts again? Or will it be a couple of epic weeks of fishing that we all have been waiting for this summer? In this video I will give you the latest update on fishing for big northern pike in the Netherlands, and I will give you my predictions for the coming weeks. Let's dive in, guys.
Look at this beast.
In this video I will cover casting with both jerkbaits and swimbaits, trolling and pelagic fishing. As always, timestamps are down below in the description. During the rare cold and wet summer days we had a lot of success fishing big baits slowly above the grass, and this is a tactic that will work really well during the coming autumn weeks. A slow presentation, or sometimes just a slow and steady retrieve with baits like a 32 cm roach, a tactic that proved to be very effective in catching fish above 110 cm. So effective that some baits looked like they went to a Diddy freak-off party. A rechargeable soldering tool is a great way to repair these baits, and we did a full video on this, link in the description down below. Days with wind and overcast are ideal to fish on the shallows these days, and in some cases you just feel when a bite is coming. In this case I switched on the 360 camera just a couple of seconds before the strike. Trolling is a very viable way to catch these autumn monsters, especially between the 4 to 8 meter zone when the temperature starts to drop. But the past couple of years and also this summer we have been plagued with a lot of algae in the upper water column. This dramatically decreases the clarity, and for a lot of trolling tactics you kinda wanna have clear water. And on lakes like Volkerak the clarity has been very bad, although it is starting to clean up now. Another downside of reduced clarity is the lack of vegetation, and this makes the shallow water fishing much less effective. Due to the decreased clarity, sunlight cannot reach the vegetation, and thus it simply didn't grow during the warmer months, and the shallows are like a desert at the moment. Zander though are much easier to catch now during the daytime. A slight bonus, so to speak. Heavy wind and rain is something that I fear to be another deal breaker this autumn. I hope we just get some calm conditions while we head towards winter. Less rain means less water being pushed through our river systems, and finally some clear water for the first time in years. Or at least that's what I hope we get. Some lakes that are connected to rivers have a lot of variation in water clarity. Jerkbaits with a loud rattle inside can do the trick over there, combining a deadly hang time with a lot of noise to get the bait noticed. The Harikiri Super Swimmer is one of those jerkbaits, and it did really well, not only catching big pike, but the occasional zander too. The grass is already rapidly declining on some lakes, and the spots with sufficient vegetation will get fewer and fewer over time. As a result, more fish will gather on those locations, and that is one of the things that makes autumn fishing for pike on the shallows so effective. Less spots, but those spots will hold more and more fish.
Really nice pike, took the Harikiri Super Swimmer right in front of my feet. I love the markings they have in this lake.
They're so beautiful.
As I'm recording this, the night fishing game is already well underway. Loads of reports of big fish being caught already, several 1.30 m fish, which seems to signal the kickoff of another season with a lot of live sonar fishing. A controversial topic, I guess. Still, with some tournaments in the USA and even the Predator Tour restricting the use of live sonar technology. I will definitely be doing my fair share of live fishing this autumn and winter, but only to add some bonus hours to otherwise a very short fishing days.
Sorry guys, we can't really do the screen recordings because the external recorder isn't waterproof, so we have to make do. Bringing cats and dogs at the moment. So.
I prefer fishing during the day and without live tech, but it is fun to use every now and then, and bloody effective as well. Time to dust off the monster slug, I guess.
Time to release her. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bye bye. Before we continue, consider becoming a channel member. For just a couple bucks a month, you'll get access to exclusive content, weekly detailed insights in the catch report, discount on several brands like Rebel Cell, Azox Inc., Lucky Lures and many others, early access to new videos, and the option to join our WhatsApp community. More info in the link down below, or click the join button. And it's also available now for Instagram subscribers. Now let's continue with the video. One of my favorite games during autumn and winter is trolling big baits, but there is one key factor, as stated before: clear water. And as the baitfish is gathering, running these big baits above and through the big schools have been producing big fish year after year. But the clarity is key, and this can be an issue on some of the lakes we like to fish. The past two autumn seasons it was a challenge to find clear water, and that was mainly due to high water levels, rain and wind. It seems that the start of autumn was wet once again. The past 2 weeks weren't that good, but the forecast seems to be relatively calm, and hopefully this will impact the clarity in a good way in the long run. Clear water means that a visual hunter like a big northern pike can home in on a high running swim bait much easier. You cover more water as you can fish higher towards the surface and get the attention of fish that are below much easier. There are always smaller venues that are clear almost year round, but those hold a smaller population of fish and are less likely to produce the true giants. With the current water temperature going as low as 13 degrees on some lakes, you can already see the schools of baitfish gathering around the drop-offs and slowing, going from 4 to 6 to 7 and later on deeper than that. Targeting these areas the coming weeks will be highly productive, even with the occasional zander in between, as you can see. If you're not really into the trolling but you like to fish on the deeper edges, the new softbait range from Savage Gear will be something a lot of people will be excited about. The new herring shed, for instance, is something that I will be using this autumn to cast in between these big schools. And also a lot of people will be happy to hear that the loose body eel, the 40 cm beast, will be coming back in the shop soon in new exciting colors. And yeah, for those asking, the new SG8 rods will be hitting the shops very soon. Something that has always fascinated me is that the softbait fishing that we are doing in Sweden, like fishing on the structures with heavier weights, is something that isn't as popular in the Netherlands somehow. Something we need to pay more attention to, I think, the coming autumn. Now, clear water conditions does not only affect the trolling, but casting as well. Casting big swim baits, especially with the new rod ranges from Savage Gear, is something that you would like, preferably, to do above clear water. Again, stating that if your bait runs high, if the water is clear, the fish will come up to take it anyway if you can present it at a slow speed. But with murky water, that gets a lot more difficult. Oh, fucking hell! So, yeah.
Whoa, we got what you came for, buddy. Yeah, we're gonna need the net on that one. Oh shit.
Good luck the coming weeks. I will be doing weekly catch reports for channel members and Instagram subscribers. And also the new expedition video will be dropped this month. Good luck guys, see you in the next one.